Real Madrid made contact over Christian Eriksen. We've got the best goal scorer that you've probably never heard of. There's plenty of transfer rumours in the transfer roundup. And is Jurgen Klopp under pressure? That and more coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers and this is the Daily News. First up, and Real Madrid have made initial contact with Tottenham Hotspur over the availability of their Danish midfielder Christian Eriksen. Now, Eriksen's contract runs out next summer and he has been offered a new deal by Spurs, but it's been said that it's not the financial problems which really worry Eriksen. Eriksen reportedly wants more than double his current 70k a week wages, but even if he does get offered around £200,000 a week, it's understood that Eriksen may want to leave for more footballing reasons. At age 26, Eriksen apparently sees this as his one chance to go and play for one of the major clubs in Spain while he's still in his prime, and who bigger than Real Madrid? Maybe except for Barcelona. Obviously, there will be a massive attraction for Eriksen to move to the Bernabeu, but before anything is done, they'll have to negotiate on a price, which at the moment is looking close to £100 million. Now, of course, the longer he leaves it, the less Eriksen will go for, because Tottenham won't be in a position to hold out when they know his contract is running down and they may lose him on a free next summer. However, if they are to sign him this summer, well, Real Madrid will need to sell a few players first to try and raise some funds, and the first to go could be Isco. Even though he'll only bring around 60 to 70 million, I'm sure Real Madrid can find the extra 30 or 40 for Eriksen elsewhere. Having said that though, they may offer Isco in a part exchange deal for Eriksen, but it seems unlikely that the Spanish international will want to move to White Hart Lane just yet. Now, next up, and there is a name that you probably won't be used to seeing towards the top of the goal scoring charts. Whenever the talk of goals comes into conversation, it's always Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo who more often than not dominate the conversation. But have you heard of Sunil Chhetri? The Indian striker is currently on 67 international goals after scoring a brace against Thailand in the Asian Cup. This moves him 2 above Lionel Messi and 18 behind Cristiano Ronaldo for the most goals scored by an active player in international games. Overall, in the all-time international goal scoring list, he's now currently above Neymar, he's above the Brazilian Ronaldo, Didier Drogba and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But why have you never heard of him? Well, that's probably because he's had a few ill-fated spells outside of his home nation. He made one substitute appearance in the MLS for Kansas City Wizards and spent a few months on loan at Sporting Lisbon's reserve team. Aside from that, he's only ever played his domestic football in India, in what is a rather underwhelming nation when it comes to football. However, things could change with the Bengaluru forward, who is also nicknamed Captain Fantastic, as mentioned before, because he led them to a 4-1 victory over Thailand and could see them have a promising tournament in this year's Asian Cup. And next up, onto some transfer news before we come to the main story of Jurgen Klopp. Alvaro Morata, the Chelsea flop, is apparently holding talks to Sevilla over a loan move towards the end of the season. AC Milan are looking at Genoa forward Krzysztof Piątek to replace Gonzalo Higuain at the end of the year too. Juventus have said that they are open to listening to offers for Paulo Dybala. However, the offer must exceed the £90 million mark, with Manchester City and PSG both interested, but both unwilling to pay such an astronomical fee for the Argentinian forward. And lastly, Isco is on Juventus' radar if they fail to bring in James Rodriguez after his loan spell at Bayern Munich. And finally, we come to our main news story of the day. Is Jurgen Klopp under pressure? He's lost the last 2 games, which to be honest isn't absolutely terrifying. However, he has now been knocked out of the FA Cup, and it is the 4th year that he hasn't made it past the 4th round of the competition. So does he need to win the Champions League or the Premier League this season to justify what he's been doing at Liverpool? In 3.5 years, Klopp has spent over £400 million and has 0 trophies to show for it. I can't help but feel something like that would be unacceptable at Manchester City or even the likes of Chelsea or Man United. Now, I know Liverpool aren't in exactly the same position as Manchester City because they haven't had the recent success in the last few years. However, if they want to be mentioned up with the big boys, the top of English football, surely they need to win something soon. I mean, how else can you justify Klopp's reign? Now, obviously, Liverpool are 6 points clear in the league, but they did have that famous slip-up 5 years ago when they were so close to winning, but didn't in the end as well. So what do you guys think in the comments section below? Personally, I think Liverpool will hold on to win the Premier League title this year, but it'll be a close one with Man City looking to return to form. As for Jurgen Klopp, he has been a fantastic manager for Liverpool and has brought them some of the best football that Anfield has seen within the last decade or two. However, Much is the same with many other teams in today's game. You need to win trophies and have everything to back it up as well. Otherwise, the manager could leave and some of the best players could leave with some huge money and some big teams sniffing around, the likes of Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah. I'm not saying they will leave, it's just a fact that if you're not winning anything, eventually people will want to move on. But Liverpool fans, let me know in the comment section, of course, whether you're going to win the Champions League, the Premier League, whether Klopp should stay, whether or not you should be looking to bring someone else in. I have a feeling you're all going to be behind Klopp, which makes sense considering how well he's done on the pitch in the last few years. As for those of you who watched the game last night, well, they were outclassed, and I know Liverpool put out a rotated squad, but is that really what you want from your club, to disrespect the most prestigious cup competition in England? Now, I know Klopp's going to say he's given a chance to rotate the team and give some minutes to the players who don't normally play, but when you do that and you get knocked out, you've got no one to blame but yourselves. And for those of you fans saying you don't really care about it and no one cares about the cup, well, if you don't care about it and no one else cares, why didn't you win? So that's all from me for today. Make sure you smash the like button down below, and in the comment section, of course, let me know everything on today's daily news. Did you really know who Sunil Chhetri was? Can you really believe any of the rumours in the daily news? And what is to be made of Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool? You can also click here to check out all of the other videos, or maybe even here. But until next time, I will see you guys later.